Ma'am, come on. You are you mm, you're a piece of crap. You are a piece of crap. You've been treating everybody bad. You had the nerve to ask your mom, why do men hate me? Why do you hate men? Is the question.
Ex-fiancé caught cheating at party. My ex-fiancé canceled our special day because I lied about my whereabouts. I lied about where I was going to be because I knew my ex-boyfriend would be there, but I wasn't going to have sex with him, even though he was dared to admit something to me that night. He admitted that he still loves me, and we did kiss, but I didn't want it. I backed off the first time. I will admit, I did enjoy the comfort of being in his arms. We did sit there and watch a movie together with everyone else, but that's as far as I was going to let it go. I wasn't going to sleep with my ex-boyfriend. I was about to get married to the most wonderful man in the world. Granted, I did know my ex-boyfriend was going to be there. That's why I lied to my fiancé. I told him that I was going to my mother's house to hang out with my cousins and my sisters. A little family get together, play some Monopoly, but in all actuality, I was going to my friend's house, who was still friends with my ex-boyfriend. Who knew that he wanted to get back with me? Heck, I even knew he wanted to get back with me, but I always ignored his messages on Facebook. I had him blocked on my phone, so he had no access to me. So I was making a conscious effort to not be in contact with him. I can admit the reason me and my ex-boyfriend broke up was very stupid. He promised to get me Taylor Swift tickets to her concert. He stayed up overnight to get these tickets, but somehow, some way, he couldn't get them. They sold out. He freaking used the wrong credit card. He had just gotten a new credit card, but he swapped it with the old one. I thought that was so dumb because I prepared for this concert. I had an outfit for this concert. Two of my friends were going to this concert, and I was supposed to go to. I told everybody. It was embarrassing. It's not like he lied or anything, but he made me a promise, and he failed, and that really upset me. And like I said, it truly was embarrassing. So I broke up with him. We were together for 4 years. Since I was 18 years old, he was 20. He'd always been around, but I started dating other people, and I met my ex-fiancée 2 years from today. We'd only been engaged for 4 months. Right before my ex-fiancée proposed to me, I actually was about to break up with him. Let me tell you guys exactly what happened. I was supposed to go to the Summer Olympics this year. My friend had our tickets to an event there where you watch on TV. My friend from high school. My mom is friends with his mom. But my ex-fiancée's birthday is also in July, around the time I would have been gone. There was no way I was going to fly back from Paris to America for his birthday and then go back to Paris. I felt the best thing to do was to break up with him. He had no idea about the trip to Paris. I didn't even know if I was going to tell him. I didn't know how I was going to tell him because I was going with a male friend that he didn't know about. He was making all these plans for his birthday. For instance, we were supposed to go stay in this little park area that holds small cabins, sort of like tiny houses, and he wanted to do it so bad. And I was supposed to go with him. We had it all planned out. He had bought the cabin and everything for a night. Just for one night. It holds a fire pit area where you could sit outside and make s'mores, or just sit by the bonfire. You can go fishing. You can go hiking. It's just being in nature. It's beautiful. And the cabin has a big, huge window by the bed. He talks about it all the time and say he imagined us making love with the moonlight shining in. It was very romantic. I will agree, but this was the Olympics. But this was Paris. Paris. Why couldn't he want to do something a bit more grand? So, the reason I ended up going to the tiny house for my ex-fiancée birthday is because my old friend and I say old now because we are not cool anymore, he played me. He took someone else. So he was asking me if we were going to have sex on the trip in Paris. I told him absolutely not. I'm in a relationship and I'm not a cheater. After not hearing from him for a while, I started contacting him and he would ignore me. The next thing I know, I see him on Facebook with some girl and they're holding passports. The caption was talking about how they couldn't wait to go to Paris. I was pissed off. He completely played me like we weren't friends in high school. This was like my best friend back then. So I ended up going with my ex-fiance and celebrating his birthday. It was actually a wonderful time. I wasn't too upset, and that night he told me he loved me. He told me this before, but this time he looked me deep in my eyes and said, "I truly, truly love you, and I want you to be my wife." I smiled and I told him I'd love to be his wife. Not too long after that, meaning a couple days, he proposed to me. I did cry like a baby because I really was happy. It was tears of joy. I did love him. I will tell you that I loved him. Sometimes I just wasn't too sure, you know? My ex-fiance wasn't the hottest man in the world. He didn't dress the best, but he was such a great guy, and I know I needed that in my life. But at my age, I would juggle back and forth with, do I want to settle down and be with someone I know I need to be with? Or do I want to go out and risk it? Have fun before I settle down? It was tough. It truly was. In September, I ran into that old friend that went to Paris without me and left me hanging. This incident was pretty bad. I don't feel bad for what I did. He deserved it. My ancestors do not play about me. Karma got his ash. I ran into him at a Walmart, and he's all smiles. "Hey, how's it going?" Trying to rub it in. I can tell what he was doing. I smiled back and acting happy. I put my hands behind my back and I slid my ring off of my finger. I didn't want him to see that I was engaged. I put it in my pocket. I said, "How was Paris? You look so happy." I saw the pictures. He said, "Yeah, me and my girlfriend enjoyed ourselves." I said, "You guys are so cute together. I'm so jealous. I wish I could have gone." That's when he said, "Well, if you would have played your cards right, you could have gone." I said, "Yeah, I do regret that. I'm sorry." And I started rubbing on him. He says, "Whoa, what are you doing?" And my reply was, what I should have done months ago. I reminded him of a time we had back in high school. It was an amazing time. He remembers in the locker room after school. I told him I didn't have a locker room to go to, but we can recreate that moment at my place. He was all game, just a piece of crap man that's about to cheat on his girlfriend. I have a GoPro set up in my room connected to my computer. It only takes a few clicks to get it going and turned on, and he had no idea. I recorded him having his way with me. I asked him if we could take it slow and just do oral. He was all game. He did me first. When he was done, I pretended like my mom was on her way home. After looking at my phone, I said, "You have to go. We'll finish it later. I promise." He rushed out, and I went straight to Facebook to message his girlfriend. I asked her if I could call her and tell her some things. She said absolutely. I called. "Hey, Nina, how are you? Thanks for accepting my messages." Nina: "Sure thing. So what do you mean Billy is a liar?" Me: "So, did you ask him about his whereabouts today?" Nina: "Yeah, he just texted me back saying he forgot stuff at Walmart and he was heading back there." Me: "Well, I met Billy at Walmart and we left to have sex at my house. He told me he was single, but after he ate my cat, I went snooping on his Facebook and found you all over his profile." Nina: "No way. Who are you seriously?" Me: "I'm just being honest. He even made me record it. He told me that he wanted me to remember how well he could do it. So I can keep coming back or something like that, he said. It's in the video." Nina: "Yeah, right, you know what? I don't believe you. I'm about to call him." Me: "Hold on. Do you know what he had on today?" Nina: "Yes, he left my apartment this morning." Me: "Oh, wow, he was with you today. Then he was with me. Did you guys have sex? Oh my gosh, he is disgusting." Anyway, instead of telling you, I'll just show you the video, and if it's the same outfit, then clearly it was today. I sent Nina a part of the video. Nina: "That piece of crap. Are you kidding me? He's freaking disgusting. Yes, that's him. That's exactly what he had on today." Okay, I know how I'm going to handle this. Me. Girl, I know I'm so sick of being played. These men aren't crap. I just wanted to let you know, woman the woman. I knew he was up to something. I should have known it, but he caught me at such a vulnerable time, you know? Nina. Yep, I do. I'll handle this. Thank you, sister. That was my payback to Billy. You don't play me like that, you wasted my freaking time. You had my hopes up. I don't play those games, and like I said, I'm not to be played with. I watched the drama unfold on Facebook. I was now following Nina and Billy too as well. I've always been following Billy, and they were arguing on Facebook in front of everybody, and it got pretty bad too. One message before Billy went to jail was Nina posting, "His Ash is going to jail. Someone needs to find him. He assaulted me." The next post after that was Nina saying that Billy was arrested and charged with assault. Apparently, he pushed her down and actually broke her toe. Ha! Talk about karma. It got his Ash good. He really thought he was playing me by not taking me to Paris because I didn't want to sleep with him. Oh well, karma is a bee. Guess who had the nerve to call me when they were locked up 2 days later? Freaking Billy. Here's the thing now. He had no idea that I was the one that let Nina know that he's a cheater. So maybe I wasn't the only woman. He probably had other women. Anyway, he was begging me to. Come get him out. Saying that his girlfriend snapped on him for no reason about something, accusing him of stuff. She started putting her hands on him and he pushed her off. Now he's in jail. I told Billy I didn't have any money and I couldn't ask my parents for any, and I'm sorry. But I'll do the best I can to try to find money. I wasn't going to help him. I don't care if he rots it in jail. He should not have betrayed me. I continued on with my life and celebrated my new engagement with my mom and my friends. Everybody was so happy for me. My ex-fiancé, I can't say that man truly did love me, and I do regret hurting his feelings. I should not have lied to him. He was a great guy. If I knew I wasn't serious, I should have just walked away and gave him the ring back, but I didn't. I thought I would fall in love with him even more because he loved me so much. He had enough love for me, for the both of us. My own father never loved me that much. My ex-fiancé would do absolutely anything for me. No questions asked. So, I continued to see my ex-fiancé and we were planning out everything. Getting a home together, not buying, but renting. Having children. Everything. We had it all laid out. He made great money at his career. He was very, very smart, but he still needed to finish graduate school, but he was already making good money with his own business and working a 9 to 5. Me, I work in retail. I'm not smart enough to go to college. It's just not my thing. I don't really have the attention span like most people do. I can't focus on one thing. If a class is more than 30 minutes, I'm lost. But my ex, he didn't mind that I worked in retail. He didn't judge me for it. He knew that I liked it and I enjoyed it and I was actually good at it, working in sales. It's kind of good for a person like me. I get to talk to people and I get to talk to different people. I'm not stuck with the same person for more than 30 minutes. If I can't sell something within 10-15 minutes, then that person isn't going to buy it and I'll go to someone else. I work at Macy's, by the way. I quit. Thank God I had that ring on my finger while I was working because men used to constantly hit on me and it didn't stop because of the ring. But it seemed to get a little more respectful once I had the ring on my finger. Men were a bit more cautious of how they came at me. Before that, men were very sexual, talking to me as if they just knew I would jump in bed with any old person. And these men were old men, so I mean that literally. Married men also. Maybe once or twice I've dealt with one of those guys, not on the sexual level. I allowed them to take me out to dinner, but this is why me and my ex-fiancé was dating. We weren't engaged yet. A couple of really wealthy older men drove nice cars, took me out to dinner, but I did not sleep with them. I allowed them to buy me things, but that's as far as I let it go. I couldn't imagine a man my father's age or even my grandfather's age on top of me. That's just disgusting. But I did allow them to buy me things. I think I realized what my problem is after talking to my therapist. I have father issues. My father left my mom and I when I was 8 years old. I remember prior to that, for Christmas, I would ask for things and my dad will straight up tell me no to my face. It got even worse when he divorced my mom. He found another woman to marry, and that woman had children. I specifically remember going to my father's house for Christmas one year, and I watched my stepbrother and sister open up presents right in front of me, and I didn't have a single present under the tree. I remember my stepmom just staring at me with a smile, then looking at her kids with a smile as if she was saying, "Aha, you didn't get any presents, ha ha." I swear that's what it felt like. They were so happy opening up all kinds of cool gifts. I was so sad, but I kept myself from crying. I didn't want my stepmom to see me crying. I remember my dad getting out of bed and coming in and saying, "It's okay. I'll get your present soon. Don't worry." I looked at him and said, "Okay." My dad never got me a present. I eventually went home like 3 days later. I don't even understand why I had to stay at my father's house around that time. But I got home and there were a ton of presents under the tree. My mom had got me some things. I was so happy, a lot of things that I loved. But for some reason, my dad always treated me like crap. I guess he paid child support or whatever, and my mom used that to pay the bills, but he never bought me anything, like a toy, or took me anywhere. So I guess I want that from men. I want men to give me things. I want men to buy me things, pay for me, spoil me. Because I didn't have that as a child, and as a woman, as a girl, she needs that from her father, or else she'll grow up taking it from men the rest of her life. If it's out of her system by the time she starts dating because she has a father that can do all those things, then she doesn't need it from a random man. Then she's not going to treat a man like that. But if a father abandoned his daughter and never bought her things or did things for her well, she's going to expect some man to come be that father figure that she never had. It all makes so much sense. But anyway, my ex-fiancé, he was that for me, and I don't know why. I would lie to him. I really, really miss him today, and my plan is to get him back. But anyway, one night I was supposed to go hang out with family, and I lied to my ex-fiancé because I knew my ex-boyfriend would be at this get-together with my friends. I get to the get-together at my friend's house, and I immediately see my ex-boyfriend. He is all smiles. He came up to hug me. It was fine. I immediately started showing off my ring to the girls that I didn't show yet. Everybody was falling all over me, over it. Oh my gosh, it's beautiful. How much did he spend on that? Is he rich, girl? You are so lucky. Who's going to be the maid of honor? Have you figured that out yet? All the typical questions you'd expect from girlfriends. My ex-boyfriend seemed okay. He smiled. I thought he was okay until we started playing games and then turned on the movie. My ex-boyfriend told me that he just wanted to hold me one last time since I was going to be taken by another man forever. He said he respects my man and he doesn't want to disrespect him, but he just wants to hold me, just like he used to. I thought that was very sweet, and I thought it was okay and innocent. It's not like we're having sex. So, during the movie, I leaned up against him, and he wrapped his arms around me. Next thing I know, we're kind of laying on the couch under the covers, and I'm being held by him, and he's behind me, my back to the couch. One of the girls were saying, "Girl, just have sex with him one last time. It won't hurt." I was not going to do that. I respected my ex-fiancé way too much. My boyfriend and I did kiss, though. I turned around, and it was just a moment he kissed me, and I pulled back, but then I did start to kiss him back. I can admit that I'll be honest here. Next thing I know, I wake up to yelling. Then I hear, "Turn the freaking lights on now." I turn around, and my ex-fiancé is standing right there. I thought, how the hell did he know I was here? I said, "Honey, what are you doing here? That's not what it looks like." He says that your ex-boyfriend. You're cuddled on the couch with your ex-boyfriend sleeping. What are you all freaking doing here? I said, babe, I can explain. I just came over to watch a movie and I got cold. My ex-fiancée says, so get under a blanket by yourself or turn the freaking heat on. You're supposed to be my wife soon. This is cheating. I said, whoa, whoa, whoa. I am not a cheater. Do not put that on me. My fiancée grabbed my hand and snatched the ring off of my finger. I looked back at my ex-boyfriend, expecting him to get up and help me because kind of this was assault. He just sat there on the couch, eyes wide open as if he was scared. That truly pissed me off. I yelled and said, give me my ring back. That's mine. You can't have it. My ex-fiancée told me the wedding is canceled. We're not getting married. I don't ever want to see you again. Have a nice life. I tried stopping him, but the evil he had in his eyes told me to leave him alone. I was terrified. I let him go. I cried and cried. Christmas was horrible. He was supposed to be with me. I was alone in my room watching old movies. My plan is to win him back. I deserve him in my life on Christmas night. I had a conversation with my mom about everything in life. Me. Mom, why do men seem to hate me? Even my own father. Mom, honey, that's not true. They just don't realize the angel you are. Me. Why do I always have to call Dad? Why won't he ever just call me? Mom, honey, to be completely honest with you, he feels as if you aren't his child. He believes that I cheated on him, and he's not the father. But I'm here to tell you, baby, he is your biological father, and he was only trying to escape responsibility. Even tried to go to the courts to get his name taken off the birth certificate. But they didn't allow him to do so because he was the father. It's okay, honey. You got me, and you got your uncles. They love you to pieces. Me. I need to make things right, Mom. I just ruined the chances of a lifetime. That man loved me to pieces. That man wanted to make me his queen, and I ruined it. I need a plan to get him back. Mom, can you help me? Mom, baby, absolutely. I will do anything for you. I just hope and pray that it all works out. I want him back 2025. That's my biggest goal. Get my ex-fiancée back, and when I get them back, he's never getting away from me.
You deserve everything that happened. Your ex should have, he needs to run. If you come trying to crawl back to him, he needs to run, get away from you as far as he can. Ma'am, you literally have been cheating on your fiance. You do know this, right? You do realize this. You're telling on Billy, oh, Billy's a cheater. You're cheating on your guy who asked you to marry him. Like, it's like you can do no wrong. It's like you can do no wrong. It's ridiculous. Guys, let me know what you think about this in the comments. If you want to send in a story, send it to truestorynation@gmail.com. Here, I'll put it on the screen. That's truestorynation@gmail.com. I'm going to catch you guys at the next one.